Hi, Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm excited to share with you 6 new fragrances that Aroma Concepts and Paris Corner sent me. So these are all really exciting releases. I can't wait to share them with you. But before I get started, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that button. It would be wonderful to have you part of the community. And also, if you guys are finding that you're not being notified of my videos, you can always hit that notification button. It does help the algorithm. It helps the channel grow. So feel free to do that as well. And other than that, let's get into this. So I'm going to start with the one that was on the thumbnail because I am so in love with this packaging. So this, like, they knocked it out of the park. Like, look at this. It is so happy. And I'm a 70s baby. Like, I was born in 1970. And look at this. This brought out not only the inner 70s, but my inner child. I love the colors in this. It kind of is Austin Power-esque, which, yeah, baby. Like, I'm digging it, man. I'm digging it, baby. Like, this is so fantastic. And the bottle, like, so the packaging is amazing, but then this bottle is unbelievable. Like, I am so blown away. This is the bottle. This part is weird, but this, it's so freaking gorgeous. Look at that cap. Like, this is probably the nicest bottle I've ever seen. Like, it's up there as far as I'm concerned as the nicest bottle ever. Like, I'm in love with it. It's so happy. Like, it's just a happy bottle. Like, there's nothing more happy than this bottle. Like, the bottle alone brings me a wicked amount of joy. Not that joy is wicked. Anyway, love the bottle. The fragrance is called Indomitable by Paris Corner. And like I said, this bottle is just stunning. So as for the color, the first thing that I thought of when I saw some of their advertisements and whatnot was that this was an orange-centric fragrance. And of course it is. So it opens up with clementine and orange. And seriously, it's bright, it's juicy, it's citrusy. And it kind of reminds me of, you know, like you've got the orange, the sweetness of an orange. But you know, when you crack open the peel and there's a little bit of green, a little bit of orange oil in there. So it's really kind of mouth puckering and almost dry feeling. That's the orange that I get in this. So it's super refreshing. It's very bright and invigorating. Then that starts to kind of, as that kind of dries down, you still have that orange in there, but you get a lot of woodiness in here. There's also apple and black pepper. I don't get any of the apple or black pepper. I just get the orange and the woodiness, and it's got a slight kind of green feel to it. It also has neroli, amber, and white musk. So what I find is opening for about 15-20 minutes, you're getting that bright, juicy, vibrant, slightly green clementine orange feel. As that dries down, you start to get kind of a woodiness that comes to play that's slightly leaning masculine, in my opinion, or very unisex. So this isn't girly orange, creamsicle orange. It's more orange in nature, if that makes sense. And then that woodiness comes along. Again, it gives it a little bit of an earthy feel that I think is very refreshing feeling. As this one dries down, you never really lose the orange. So the orange stays, but it's like the woodiness kind of dissipates a little bit and you're left more with that amber, but there's still a hint of that orange. So it becomes a little bit more sensual feeling. Really enjoy how this kind of morphs and goes from super bright to slowly kind of morphing into more of an orange amber as opposed to an orange wood. So really enjoy this one. It's definitely bright, juicy. It gives me the feeling of a Neroli Portofino. Is that what it's called, by Tom Ford? I think so. That one's a little bit more airy or ocean-like in a way, but it's the same sort of feel where it's a good proper orange with some woodiness. This does have a little bit of neroli, but I don't really get that. I get more amber than anything. This is really gorgeous. I think it's a great fragrance, refreshing. It's grown. It's not mass appealing. So when I saw kind of the advertisements, I was thinking, oh, maybe it's like an orange creamsicle or peach rings or something like that. This is definitely more woody, more grown up. And so for that reason, I actually really enjoy it, but I don't think that it's uber mass appealing. So you definitely have to like woody along with that orange. If you like something like a Neroli Portofino, I don't know if this is trying to be anything like that, but it did remind me of that kind of genre of fragrance. Then I think this is one that's definitely worth having. And not only that, like I said, this bottle is so freaking gorgeous. Like I just love it for the bottle. Like the bottle alone makes it amazing. But I really think I'm going to enjoy this fragrance, especially in the summer when I want something a little less sweet, bright, energizing, but not so thick or sweet. I think this will be great. The next fragrance I have from Paris Corner is Honeyed Fantasy. So I think this is a pretty cute bottle too. I am really loving their packaging. I think that Paris Corner is just knocking it out of the park with their packaging. I love the fact that there's all sorts of different types of bottles. Love the creativity behind that. Costs a lot actually to have individual bottles for all these different fragrances, but just love that. So this fragrance is more of a spicy, honeyed fragrance that is something I would typically be drawn to in the fall. As far as notes are concerned, you have cinnamon and honey in the opening. You have vanilla, leather, and myrrh in the heart, and then the base has patchouli, agarwood, amber, and oud. So this is one that I'm gonna have to sit with for a little bit longer. Off the cuff, I don't enjoy it. I find it a little bit harsh, almost like quite animalic. I get some of that leather in there. I get the honey, I get the cinnamon. It smells way better on the skin. I've tried it twice on the skin now. Part of it is I'm not in the mood for fall fragrances right now because it's quite hot out. In the dry down, I enjoy this fragrance a little bit more, but I find it actually quite animalic. So honestly, I find this one a little bit more masculine. So I'm not sure how I'll feel about this one. I'm gonna let it sit. Sometimes they need to sit. There's a couple of these where I'm like, I think they need to sit a little bit longer because I know what the potency is like on Paris Corner fragrances, and one of them I'm not getting that. So I think it just needs a little bit of time to sit and settle, coming from a completely different time zone, climate zone, everything. This one I think is like that as well. This one has been compared to Honey Oud by Montal, which is honestly, I love Honey Oud. I'm not loving this. It's okay, but it's not like blowing my socks off. But like I said, I need to give it some time. So I will revisit this one. Let me know if you've tried this one, what your thoughts are. This one isn't for me quite yet. I don't hate it by any means, but it's just not quite my vibe. Again, could be the weather, could be the scent. Like on the bottle, there's a sharpness to this that feels almost astringent. On the skin, that lasted a while and then it kind of morphed, and I get kind of a green patchouli-esque. The honey stays a tiny bit of leather along with some amber and some oud. So it's a little bit of a heavier fragrance, not quite for this time of the season, but I'll definitely weigh in a little bit later on this one. I'll let it sit for a while and we'll revisit this for sure in the fall. Now, one that I found masculine but absolutely love is Mysterium. This is the box. Again, I love the packaging of Paris Corner. I just think that they do such a gorgeous job. And I do find, like, I enjoy packaging. Like, it's not a make it or break it for me, but I do enjoy it. The bottle is more simple and a little bit more masculine. Although this is a little more masculine, I thoroughly enjoyed wearing this one. It's a little too much for me, again, for this time of year, but I loved this one. So it opens up with passion fruit, cinnamon, and bergamot, which I thought was really interesting. It has incense, rose, and leather. It has patchouli, labdanum, and sandalwood in the base. On Fragrantica, a lot of people are saying it's like Tomi Lami Monkey by Xerjoff. Don't know what that is. Haven't ever smelt it. Overall, in the comments on Fragrantica, people were like, it is really close to that. It's not exact, but it's close. I just found this to be just delectable. It's sensual, it's sexy. I would love to smell this on a guy. I love the fact that there's a little bit of kind of passion fruity vibe in the opening. I get more that cinnamon, a little bit of juiciness. I don't really notice the incense, but I get that rose leather combo, which I happen to be a fan of. The patchouli is there for sure, the sandalwood. So this is just one of those sexy, more masculine leaning fragrances. I think it's still unisex. It reminds me of the same genre as like a Herod from Parfum de Marly. So if you like that level of marketed to masculine fragrance, you would like this too. So I'm excited about this one for the fall. I'd like to get it on my husband because I think I would go crazy. Like, it's really sexy. So really enjoy this one. He doesn't like wearing fragrance, so I'll just wear it instead. I'll just wear it and drive myself crazy. This next one is absolutely delicious. Again, these are more, for me, fall-centric fragrances, but who knows? Like, I just love it, and I actually love the bottle on this too. So this is the bottle. It is called Molten Caramel. I have that one and then one other one that's kind of from this same line. This smells so freaking good. Now, as far as notes are concerned, it has white chocolate, caramel, milk, vanilla, brown sugar, and praline. But this has kind of a popcorn feel. There's a nuttiness in this. Like, I get nuts. It reminds me of Cheirosa 71 by Sol de Janeiro. So it has kind of a nutty vibe. It smells a little bit popcorny. Yeah, it smells buttered. It smells like buttered, kind of buttered popcorn, nuts, caramel drizzle, white chocolate drizzle, awesomeness. It's delicious. So really, really enjoy this one. I think that this would be too thick for me for the summer. It is a gourmand that you could wear maybe a little bit in the spring. This is going to be a major love for me again in the fall. I love this. Like, seriously, it's so mouthwateringly delicious. It lasts forever. It smells amazing. So if you love Sol de Janeiro's Cheirosa 71, but like that doesn't last overly long, this lasts forever. So if that's one of your favorite scents, you're going to love this. It reminded me a little bit of What About Pop as well by House of Oud. So you get a little bit of a popcorny feel, but then as it dries down, it becomes more and more and more caramel centric. So same thing with this. You get that. Yeah, to me, it smells like popcorn and nuts. Like, I know Cheirosa 71 has macadamia nuts. So just imagine popcorn mixed with macadamia nuts, drizzled with white chocolate and caramel. That's what this is. It is scrumptious, but it's a little bit heavy for the hot weather. But like 1 or 2 squirts and you'd smell just totally edible. So the next one that's kind of in the same family, same sort of packaging, is Date Caramel. So same sort of bottle. I think these bottles are gorgeous as well. And this, of course, is definitely date heavy. And seriously, it's freaking mouth-watering. Like, so, so good. The notes for Date Caramel are dates, coffee, and orange. In the heart, you have caramel, sugar, benzoin, and the base is vanilla, amberwood, and sandalwood. Or amber and sandalwood. This reminded me of if you took a date, like, I don't know if you've seen, but there's kind of viral TikToks and Instagram reels going out about taking a date and you open it up and you fill it with peanut butter and then you dip it in chocolate and put flaky sea salt on. So almost like a date chocolate bar is the vibe that this gives me. I get a hint of coffee, but mainly I'm getting those sticky kind of gooey dates with that caramel. And although the dates are there, sometimes I find dates to be a little bit too thick and sweet. I don't find that in this. So Camera, I'm not a fan of Camera. It's too sugary sweet. This one is sweet and it's thick and rich, but the caramel has a different vibe than a sugary vibe. So I feel like Camera and Kawa and any of the Camera ones, there's that dates, but it's like a date syrup is what it almost becomes. This feels more substantial, but not quite as sweet. So instead of smelling syrupy sweet, it smells sticky sweet, if that makes sense. Now, some of the comparisons on Lattafa, and I'm sharing those with you this time because I think it's helpful. Some people say this smells like Sticky Dates by Lush. Some people felt like it smelled like a Shake Off Vanilla Tonka. I completely disagree with that one. Some people think it smells like Camera. Overwhelmingly, Sticky Dates and the Swiss Arabian Shake Off Vanilla Toffee were the ones that most people compared it to. I never liked Sticky Dates. I find it too sweet. I did not like Shake Off, the Shake Off Tonka one at all. I liked the blue bottled Shake Off, but not the yellow bottle. Don't like it at all. But this I really enjoy. And this is another one that I think will be amazing for fall and winter. I think this would be great for a spring evening as well. This felt sweeter than Molten Caramel, I would say. They're just different types of sweets. The nuts kind of cut the sweet, whereas dates are really rather sweet. But with the coffee in this one, I really enjoyed this one. I didn't enjoy it as much in the opening because I thought, oh no, it's going to just be a sweet, sweet, sweet date fragrance. But it kind of mellowed out. So I really enjoyed this one as well. Out of the two, definitely Molten Caramel is my top pick out of this line, but this is also very excellent. So if you like date fragrances, this would be amazing. And I can see, honestly, pairing something like this with Olympia or with any sort of a salty note. And I think you'd get basically that date with the, just ignore the peanut butter maybe, but a date dipped in some sort of confection with some sea salt is what you could create with this. So really enjoy this one. I'd like to pair this one with some salty fragrances like an Olympia Intense. I think that they would go really well, just adding a hint of salt to it. You could also put the two together. I think that would be amazing. But anyway, so I'm really happy with this one, but it's, again, one that I would tend to want to wear more in the fall. Last one is Voux Zingy, and this is a very bright bottle. Whenever I see these velvet bottles, I have a feeling it's going to be associated with some sort of Xerjoff fragrance. And again, on Fragrantica, a lot of people feel like it's similar to Torino 41 by Xerjoff. I've never smelt that, so I have no idea. These are the notes. I think it's so bright and fun for summer. It has basil, citron, lemon, and bergamot in the opening. It has verbena, jasmine, and ambretellide in the heart, and then the base is a musk. And this is a very, very bright, lemony and green. So I'm getting tons of that verbena. I'm getting tons of that basil to open. I definitely get that basil along with the lemon. So this is uber refreshing. I would say that this leans slightly masculine, but if you really enjoy green, bright, lemony, fresh fragrances, this is an excellent one for summer. I've worn this one twice now, and I don't find the longevity to be amazing. Again, it may need to sit because I've noticed that with some of my fragrances, especially Middle Eastern ones, they need a little bit of time to sit and then they become a little stronger. So same thing with Voux Zest when I got it. I'm like, oh, all I smell is just bright citrus. And then as it mellowed, after about 2 weeks, it smelt more and more like Lyra, but just a brighter, zingier version of it. Really, really enjoy that one. So I'm excited to see how this one settles. I already enjoy it just from the perspective of something that's bright and green. This bottle color is perfect for the fragrance. It smells like this. So it smells bright, zingy, lemony, refreshing, green, vibrant, very energizing. So fun one for summer if you want something that's more lemon citrusy verbena feeling. So to me, lemon verbena has a lemony feel, but it's green as well. That's definitely this feel. Not sweet at all, just bright and energizing. I can see guys wanting to gravitate towards this more so than women potentially. I consider it unisex for sure, leaning slightly masculine. So I'm excited to rock it. What about you? Have you tried this one? If so, weigh in. And honestly, about all these fragrances, if you've tried them, please feel free to weigh in. Right now, the Middle Eastern fragrances are having their moment, and this is an indication of their genius. This is such a gorgeous bottle. My favorite, honestly, out of all of these would be Molten Caramel. I just think it's delectable. So this is fantastic. Really enjoy Sticky Dates. I really enjoy Mysterium as well. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous, but definitely I love these caramel ones. I think better than anything. Indomitable, it's very fresh, reminds me of Neroli Portofino, that kind of vibe. So we'll see. Like I'll have to sit with this one because it's not a profile that I have worn a whole lot, so I need time to kind of adjust to it. So I'll definitely weigh in and let you know what I think. These will definitely be making rotation, but I'm so happy to have this because this bottle just sings for joy. Like, who can't be happy with a bottle like this? Like, who can't be happy with that? Like, this bottle, like this kind of imagery is what goes on in my head. Like I think about walking through life. I don't know about you guys, but when I walk through life, I want to leave sparkles of joy or happy, like psychedelic flower happiness everywhere I go. I want to give that vibe. I want to feel that vibe. And I want to perpetuate that vibe. So love the bottle. It just speaks to me on a whole other level of happiness. The fragrance is nice, but I'm going to have to like play with it a little bit more, like I said, but I do really enjoy it. It's just a little bit more grown up than I am. Especially when I vacillate between wanting super fruity orangesicle type things. I think that's part of it. I somehow thought it was going to smell like an orangesicle, so I was so pumped. I need an orangesicle fragrance. Who knows of an orangesicle fragrance? That's what I need next. So if you know of an orangesicle fragrance, leave it in the comments. But that said, this is a very nice fragrance. It's just not what I was expecting. So that is it. Please weigh in if you've tried any of these. I would love to know what your thoughts are, which ones you're excited about, or any other Paris Corner fragrances. Leave them in the comments. I have a coupon code for Aroma Concepts. All of these will be linked down below, and it's for 10% off. So if you want to use it, feel free. If you don't want to use it, that's all good. And have an amazing week, and we'll talk to you soon.